Give him the old razzle dazzle. Razzle, razzle, razzle dazzle. Razzle, razzle dazzle. Razzle dazzle. Good old razzle dazzle. It is currently one concurrent viewer. We have one viewer of the stream. Welcome to the one person watching this. Welcome to the two people watching this. Very, very good. We got two people. Now we got one people. We got one people watching this. We got two people watching this. Wonderful. Fantastic. Wonderful. Fantastic. Three people watching this. Fantastic. We got three people. One person. Three people. We have people watching this stream. This random stream that I made for pretty much no reason other than me being bored and want to talk to people. We now got one person in the chat. Phonic, yo to you as well. And we have three concurrent viewers. I love all of you guys. Even though one of them might be me because I'm also on the stream dashboard. So, how is everyone on this beautiful Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday. It is currently Wednesday. Lol, it's your boy Z. Cameron says, hey man. Yes, it is a wonderful day on the Wedness. It is the day of the Wedness. I don't know why the nest was wedded to the day, but it was. The nest was wedded to the day, and now we got the day of which we all dedicate to the mighty camel at Geico. Fantastic. So, I have these Kit Kats. They are both mint and dark chocolate, and they are awesome. Day, it's night. That is technically true. It is currently 11:35. 11:35 p.m. on the 15th of January 2020. Jeremy Williams says, hi. Cameron Cropley says, hey man. Phonic says, yo, lol, it's your boy Z. Phonic says, day, it's night. LOL. It is indeed night. It is night. This is delicious. And this is facial hair. Plenty of great things. This is a dolphin from Cozumel, Mexico, I think. Is Cozumel in Mexico? Yes, it is. Or is it? I'm not sure. Hey Siri, is Cozumel in Mexico? Hey Siri. Siri's not listening to me. Do I have to unlock her? Hey Siri. Is Cozumel in Mexico?
Cozumel is an island and municipality in the Caribbean Sea off the eastern coast of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, opposite Playa del Carmen. Shall I continue?
Sure.
It is separated from the mainland by Cozumel Channel and is close to the Yucatan Channel. The municipality is part of the state of Quintana Roo, Mexico.
Nice. So I guess I was kind of correct. Phonic says, thank the furries for donating for the Aussie fires. Yes, thank them so much. Raised $17,000+ for Australia bushfire relief. That is absolutely fantastic. See, that's the thing I love about the furry fandom is that, like, we all just kind of band together to just do good things. And it just warms my heart so much. It's always annoying whenever people are like, oh, they're bad because they're weird. And it's like, really? How much money have you raised for charity, Karen? r/choosing beggars. But yes, thank them so much. I actually posted that about that on my Facebook and changed my profile picture to my persona to celebrate. Because that is fantastic, especially because I have a friend who lives in Australia, and so he's been dealing with the bushfires, and that was, yeah, I actually have a couple friends who live in Australia, but only one that I'm currently talking to. And I'm very, very happy that that there's been a lot of money put into the fire relief, because there's been a lot of damage, and it just breaks my heart. So I'm really happy that the community's been doing something for it to help the cause. Do you still have the pink Power Force 1700? Nobody ever says the right color. It's orange, but people say it's pink. People say it's green. People say it's white. It's orange. But yes, I know what you're talking about, and I do still have it. It has a dead motor. I have not tried to fix it yet. Right now, I'm basically just going to take the lower cord hook, which is the only thing missing from my other Power Force Helix Turbo, and stick it on there, and then make that cord hook work again. So, mostly just using it for parts right now. I guess in theory I could also put the motor from the Power Force Helix Turbo into the 1700U, but that would be downgrading. And I don't really want to downgrade just to have a fancy color, because I don't really... I mean, blue and orange are my favorite colors, so I do like the orange as I do like the blue. Someone just tweet? Yes, Maverick just tweeted. Let's see. So, yeah, so I do still have it. It doesn't work, but it is currently in my possession. So that is true. Hashtag save the ruse. I don't know what that's referencing. Ruse. Is that a reference to something? Probably. Oh, save the kangaroos, of course. Save Rocco. Because we love Rocco. Although Rocco's in America now. Or at least he was back in 1993. Let's see. Vacuums you want to find for 2020. Well, similar to Cameron, ever since I saw Cameron's video on it, I really wanted to. I now want to find a Clean View Power Track Revolution. Yes, that's what it's called. I already have the two holy grails in my collection, which are the Power Glide Platinum and the Phantom Fury. It would be nice to find a copper Phantom Fury, the one with orange accents instead of green, because that one would be perfect. As well as, not only that, but one that was in better condition than my green one. So I'd like to have a second Fury, as well as just more Phantoms in general. I've only owned the one Fury that I currently have, and I've owned several Thunders, and original Phantoms, and original Phantom Domestics specifically, which are just Thunder before they were called Thunder, and the Destiny Plus, which are all the same machine. It's all the same vacuum, just different names. So it would be cool if I got a Cyclone XT or a Lightning, or I really want a Crosswind. I know a lot of people don't like the Crosswind 200XL, the one that Phantom Vacuum Fan had. But I do really want to find one of those, because those are really interesting. Just anything with the Phantom name on it, even like the crappy Europro ones, I think are really interesting. So, as far as other vacuums I'd like to find, an XL21 would be really cool, or a Platinum Pilot, so one of those types of Orex. What else? Of course, just more power, more Bissell stuff, more Power Glides. I know I already found 2 Power Glides, including original, but if I could get a Power Glide Ultra or a Power Glide Plus, or just more bagged Bissell vacuums in general, because I just really like those. Even though they're kind of redundant because I have so many of them, but I still really like the machines. So, it's a safe bet as far as wanting to get a new vacuum. They're safe bets because I know I already like them. Let's see. Oh, maybe a rideable vacuum could be a thing for big houses, like a riding lawnmower, but a vacuum. That seems kind of an unnecessary way to take up space. It sounds like it'd be really bad to get for getting in corners and stuff. Do you still have any Easy Vacs? I do not at the moment. I do not have anything Easy Vac related, or Power Force Compact. Anything compact. The only compact machine that I have right now is a Dirt Devil that belongs to a friend of mine. Well, it belongs to a friend of mine because I took his Clean View and I gave him the Dirt Devil, and the Dirt Devil isn't working, so I still got to fix it for him and bring it back to him. So right now he doesn't have a vacuum. So I got to fix that and get that back to him ASAP. So that's the closest thing I have to an Easy Vac is the Dirt Devil. I forgot what it was called, but it was in one of my vacuum save videos. So I'm sure you know which one I'm talking about. But yeah, no Easy Vacs. And to get back to the vacuums I want to get another DC-14. A lot of Dysons I really want. Again, when I say want, that doesn't necessarily mean I want to keep all of them, because I just don't have the space right now, but ones that I want to get and do videos on and at least keep for a little bit, and then maybe eventually sell off to someone who wants them. I recognize the shirt from that thing from our high school Earth Day when we remodeled the park, and you was on the news. Yeah, I was on the news. I forgot about that. I gotta find that clip, and that clip from the news station, and whenever I start up my political YouTube channel, that can be one of the first things that I post, because it's like, hey, I've been on the news before. So that way you can kind of reference that whenever I eventually, of course, whenever I inevitably get to be more popular and I get to be on CNN and Fox News and MSNBC, and then of course eventually in the next 20 years whenever I run for president, I'm just kidding. Then that can kind of, you know, I've been joking for like the last year now that I'm going to run for president in 2036, which will be the first election that I'm able to run. But I may be up against an incumbent, because I'm not to get political, but I would say that likely be running as a Democrat. Yes, Chance 2036. I don't know if I should run as Chance 2036 or Mushinski 2036. It'd be just like what we're having now with Pete Buttigieg, where you have an entire campaign that's like based around trying to pronounce the person's name, and yeah, so that would be pretty annoying. And I guess from an identity perspective, I'm a little bit like Pete because like we have hard to pronounce last names. We're from the Midwest, but Pete is a corrupt asshole and I am not, so that's a very good difference. So I guarantee you, if I was even as is, if I was able to run right now, I guarantee you, if I had the resources to like start up a campaign, and I was legally able to campaign, I would probably last longer than a lot of these people in the 2020 field of loss. People like Tim Ryan, Bill De Blasio, uh, people who dropped out really early in the race. I'm sure I'd last longer than those people. I would not be in the race probably by now. I'm sure I would have been superseded by Bernie Sanders and Andrew Yang, since those are the people I kind of align with the most. Dang it, I'm getting political. Oops. But yes, chance for president. Download OfferUp and you can buy any vacuums. Yes, I have downloaded OfferUp, but prices are just kind of sucky, so I don't really pay attention to that. Plus, I think it's a lot more fun to find vacuums locally, and as opposed to just buying them online and having them shipped. Yeah, I still like doing that, but I'm saying I think it's a lot cooler whenever I go to my local thrift store and then I see a vacuum there that I really want and I'm able to pick it up for just a couple bucks. Especially because I'm making enough money on the vacuum videos at this point where if I get a vacuum for only a few dollars, the video pays for it. So I basically got it for free. So even though I don't make a lot of money on YouTube, those videos, even though like they don't get a lot of views, because people like gravitate to them so soon, I get more ad revenue from them, which is weird. My first name is a toughie for that thing. I'm assuming you're referring to if you were gonna put your name on a political bumper sticker. Which I do have some bumper stickers actually. I forgot about these. I found these because I cleaned out my car before it got detailed and I forgot to put these on. But I forgot to put these on my car. I have two of them. This is getting really political, isn't it? Oops. Well, I mean, that's who I support. Whatever. And plus, I got the one where the little bird is on the pedestal from his rally in Portland, Oregon back in 2016. That was so cool. Anyways, not politics. Get off politics before people get mad. No politics. Puppies. Puppies, not politics. That's gonna be my campaign slogan. Puppies, not politics. You know how Vermin Supreme proposes universal ponies? I'm gonna do the same thing, but with puppies. Actually, that sounds like a terrible idea. Now I know no one's done it. But yeah, so let's see. Dumpster. Oh yes, with OfferUp, half time the sellers are too lazy to ship. I wouldn't even say lazy, but do you know how expensive it is to ship a vacuum? If you've ever been on eBay, you know how expensive it is. Sure, some people offer free shipping, but the vacuum's usually way overpriced. Dumpster diving for vacuums. I've done that before. I generally try not to actually dumpster dive. If it's like sitting on the top, or especially if it's sitting next to it, I'll definitely grab it. But if I have to dig for it, sometimes I won't, unless it's like something really special. But yeah, I think I asked this last time, but don't you hate it when people have okay vacuums and do a bunch of mess tests and never clean the vacuums? Yeah. I mean, it's their vacuum. They can do what they want with it, but I don't hate it. I just think it's kind of like, well, it's your vacuum, so if you're gonna use it beyond the recommended limits of it and you mistreat it and you don't take care of it, then yeah, it's gonna die. Then at that point you're no better than the average consumers that we all make fun of who buy $50 vacuums, don't take care of them, blow the thing up, and then throw it out in a year and complain that it doesn't work. I'm just saying. But yeah, I mean, again, it's their vacuum. They can do whatever they want with it. I know some people are like, yeah, but this vacuum's rare. You can't do it with that. It's like, it's their vacuum, dude. Do it, you know. If you're really worried about it, just offer to buy it from them. And then if they say yes, then great, you got a vacuum. If they say no, then, well, tough cookies. It's their property. So, yeah. I know, like, and, you know, we all remember back in, like, the Smash Stuff 30 Destruction Fun 1 days when when Kenny would destroy, like, Phantom Furies. He would destroy a bunch of Furies, a bunch of Thunders, a couple Cyclone XTs. He destroyed a lot of Phantoms. A lot of Kirby's, a lot of old Hoovers, but especially Phantoms. I think the Phantoms got the most. So he's probably single-handedly why there's a lot of Phantoms that aren't out right now, because they were all good working machines for the most part. But because they were deemed obsolete because of the lack of availability of parts, a bunch of them got into his hands, and he destroyed them. And they're all sitting in a landfill now or in a recycling center. Well, it's mostly plastic, so yeah, landfill. Yeah, so message redacted. OMG, I know this lady who uses a vacuum for her cat's faces. Oh, I read that as faces. Oh, God. No, 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 no. Those type of people should honestly not be allowed to reproduce. Anyways, Jeremy Williams says, Little Mama does big mess tests. I don't know who that is. I know there's one, I think her name was Natural Dirt Queen, and I think there's a king as well. There's a queen and king, Natural Dirt Queen and King. They've commented on my videos, like, mostly on my back porch vacuuming videos. So they're like, ooh, so crunchy. And, yeah. I will admit, I don't like the people who, like, suck up coins and stuff in their vacuums, because some people like the crunchiness, but it just makes me cringe, because I'm just like, ugh, you're scratching up the inside of it, and you're clearly damaging it. But again, they can do it if they want. I'm just saying it's just like, it's not my type of content. I'm not really a big fan of like massive mess demos because it's like there's one or two outcomes. It's either going to pass or fail. And I know that's kind of the point of the video, but it's like you're never going to be doing that in real life. It's kind of like people who do drop tests, which I've done both of those things, where it's like, yeah, although in my opinion drop tests are a lot more useful because phones are a lot more abused accidentally than vacuum cleaners are. Well, actually, that's kind of a tough. I may take that back, but as far as, I mean, you don't drop your vacuum, at least you're not supposed to. Whereas your phone, I mean, we put cases on our phones, so we don't drop them. I did a drop test on the Galaxy Note 8. That video will be coming soon. Why does my iPhone always die so quickly? This is a brand new iPhone 6s. I just got it, and the battery life sucks on it, and it's brand new. Took the boxes over there, took the plastic off of it. Brand new. Battery life sucks. So yeah, that's annoying. Let's see. Have you seen the Good Mythical Morning vacuum test video? I did. And it was kind of cringy how they didn't know a lot about certain attachments and stuff and exactly how they work. But again, can't knock them for that. They don't test vacuums for a living. But it was very entertaining though. I really liked it. I love Rhett and Link. They are just absolute sweethearts. And, they're super funny too. So yeah, I've been watching Good Mythical Morning for not as long as some people have. I've been watching them for a few years now, but great stuff either way. And I wish they did more vacuum videos, I guess. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe do an update version of it, because they did it based on Consumer Reports. Maybe do an updated version of that. That's what I mean. They buy the vacuum, destroy them, and then say the company sucks. Yeah, it's kind of like people who beat the crap out of their cell phone, and they're like, "Oh, this company sucks because my phone broke." And it's like, you're telling me you dropped the phone from 10 feet face down onto concrete, and it cracked, and the screen stopped working, and you're telling me the company is bad? Now, that's not always the case. Like, for example, Apple with the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, how they have the touch disease issue, that's a problem. Or Samsung with the Note 5 with the design flaw where the pen gets stuck in backwards, that's a problem. Or especially Samsung with the Galaxy Folds breaking because of the original batteries or the screen protectors, or the Galaxy Note 7 exploding because of the batteries. All these things are things that are not user error, and these are things that happen during normal daily use and not based off of impacts. That's why those scenarios are where you would blame the company for the issues, because that's where normal use cases can cause the device to fail, and those are things that the company should have tested for and actually been able to remedy before the product hit production. So that's why, like, those are examples where, you know, the companies are kind of at fault, because when you're selling a premium product for upwards of $1,000, even back then where it's like 500, 700, that's still a large penny. Like, I think it's ridiculous how, you know, this is my Note 5, and if I take this pen out and it goes in the wrong way, the phone's dead. Like, the phone is like, I have to rip the phone apart, and the sensor will not work anymore. I have to replace it by soldering a new one onto the motherboard. Now, that issue they apparently fixed in later Note 5s, but they still didn't fix it good enough, because it's a design flaw. So you have to redesign the phone. So with the Note 5, while they made it to where that doesn't get caught on the thing, it can still break off and still damage the phone and still require it to be disassembled to get the part out. And I know, because I've had to do that on multiple Note 5s. Whereas, you know, when you look, that's not it. When Samsung did the sequel, they did the Note 7. With the Note 7, you take the pen out and you try to put it in backwards, and it doesn't go in. See, so they actually fixed that design flaw. So now on the Galaxy Note 7 and newer, you can not put the pen in backwards. So they actually fixed that design. Although the Note 7 obviously had its own issues. Or like with the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, how they were bending because the aluminum was very thin. It was very weak, so the casing would flex and cause the motherboard to flex and cause flexion-based damage and cause pads to desolder on the board, which would then cause the touchscreen to stop responding. This also happened on the iPhone 7 with the audio IC, and that would cause the phone to boot loop, whereas with the 6 and 6 Plus, you would get the underfill under the chips cracking and desoldering, causing flickering bars on the screen and the screen to not be responsive. Every single iPhone 6 and 6 Plus that I've had, well, I've only had 6 Pluses, but every single iPhone 6 Plus that I've owned has gotten touch disease, whereas none of the Note 7s that I've had have exploded. So that's food for thought. But yeah, so Apple fixed that with the iPhone 6s. Not good enough, but they still fixed it. They still made the metal a lot stronger on the 6s, so it's a 7000 series aluminum metal. So it's not nearly as bendable, and they actually added the underfill underneath the chips required to prevent the board from having flexion-based damage based off of that pad desoldering. So now, touch disease is virtually unheard of on the 6S, although the 6S has the other issues, because while they got rid of the Touch IC issue, the audio IC issue that plagued the 6S and especially the iPhone 7 is still a problem. Thankfully, the iPhone 8, I have not seen any issues with the iPhone 8, at least not to the point where it's considered to be a problem. So I think with the 8, they finally got it right with this design, because the 8 does not bend, and it doesn't seem to have any issues. The only problem is that the 8 is very difficult to repair, as is the 10, 10R, 10S, 10S Max, 11, 11 Pro, and 11 Pro Max. Speaking of which, let's see. I missed some video. Let's see. Don't drop test the iPhone 6. Me and Chance know about that. Me and Phonic. Are you someone that I don't remember off the top of my head? Because I don't remember ever doing a drop test on an iPhone 6. So Phonic, I don't really remember you. So please fill me in, because I forgot. Obviously you know me because you know my school and everything. So presumably you're an old classmate. I hope. Did you watch VacMaster 1991's video he made today? I have not. Thoughts on the iPhone XR? It's pretty good. My aunt actually has one, and we were visiting her a couple weeks ago. And the one time she took her phone out of the case, her XR, she dropped it about that far and cracked the back of it. She had a Coral iPhone XR and cracked the back on it. Not enough to where it started to splinter. It's enough where... Oh, yeah, Zildjian, of course. Yeah. I don't remember anything. Oh, now I know. You're talking about whenever I sent you the video of me jokingly dropping the iPhone 6 Plus and then immediately got touch disease and completely borked the phone. Yeah, I remember that. That was very frustrating. And I know some people are like, well, don't drop the phone. It's like, yes, I know I just said earlier, well, you can't complain about you drop it. But there's a difference between dropping it without a case onto concrete and the screen cracking, and there's a difference between it being in a case with a screen protector and it falling that far onto the side and having the touchscreen go dead. That's a completely separate issue. Because that level of durability is so low that is not acceptable for a mobile device that is expected to go through some type of wear and tear over the years. And I was very upset because I paid $130 for that phone and it was a brick afterwards because it was a 64 gig iPhone 6 Plus, silver. Yeah, so thoughts on the iPhone 10R? It's really great. I do want to get one or a 10 because I like the 6S, but because I want to have a phone that's like about this size, but I think the iPhone 10 would probably be perfect, or the 10R because that'd be even bigger, but it's not as big as a 10 because I have a 10s Max right here, and this is a little bit too big. I mean, yeah, it's the same. It's about the same size as the Note 9, but the Note 9 is easier to hold than this, and plus, I don't need two phones with giant screens like this. If I'm gonna have a secondary phone that I'm carrying around, the normal iPhone 10 or the 10R would make more sense. And as far as my favorite 10R colors, the coral is my second favorite color, and my first favorite color is the blue. And in case of the 11, the mint green is my favorite color, and then the purple one is my second favorite. All the other colors I don't really care about. Product red probably be my third favorite because I do like the product red. I want to get a product red iPhone 8 Plus. That's what I want to get because I don't like the white fronts on. Like, this just looks ugly to me. Like, this is gross. I wish they made a rose gold with a black front because this just looks gross to me. I don't like that. I like the black fronts if the fronts aren't going to be color matched, of course. Let's see. I told you to drop the phone from knee high and it stopped where. Yeah, exactly. So I have the Galaxy A50 at the moment. Yeah, it's a good phone. How many phones have you broken though? Like I feel like every other week I see a video of you smashing your phone. Or am I thinking of someone else? Could be thinking about someone else. But yeah, so it's officially midnight. It is officially the 16th. See, it's funny because my friend from Australia. It's funny because it was the 16th for him like 8 hours ago. That's the cool thing about Australia. Not only are they better at being human than us, but they live in the future and they have kangaroos. Australia is awesome. Although I want to go, I've always wanted to go. I've always wanted, if I can talk, I've always wanted to go to Australia, as well as the UK and Canada. Pretty much all the English-speaking places. I have friends in all of those places, and I would love to go to those places. I think Australia probably the most interesting. But yeah, good old land down under. Their accents are just so amazing. I love them. But yeah, I have the Galaxy A50 at the moment. Wonderful. I have the Moto E5 Play and it finally died. I just sold one of those like a month ago. And it finally died. Yeah. Oh, is that the one that you were talking about that's completely busted on it? Yeah, I think you sent me a message about that a while ago. Let's see. Any updates on the social medias? I don't know why I'm buzzing. Sound like a cicada. When I'm near you, I'll give you the phone, preferably for parts. Yeah, that's probably what I would end up using it for. Because I have a few phones. Now that Note 8's destroyed from the drop test, I'm going to put a new screen and basically put an entire new assembly on it. So new screen, new frame, new back panel. And that should refurbish it all into brand new condition. So that should be pretty nice. Be very, very pleasant. You just messaged me and said, well, I'm on the live stream. I think I know, dude, because I can literally see you in the chat right now. So, also, stop sending me ridiculous stuff. It's really annoying. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Why does my nose itch so much? I want to share this. Copy link. Do. Yo, man, you got what? Why are you asking me that? No, I don't. How is it that YouTube censors that, but it doesn't censor the druggies? But no, I don't have any of those, dude. I don't know why you're asking me. Why would you think I have any? Just goes my YouTube. Yo, man, got any blunt wraps? I guess it doesn't hurt to ask though. When was the last time you've been on Facebook Marketplace? I don't know. Probably about right now. Oh, here's a Galaxy A50 right here. Galaxy A50, 64 gig. Oh, it's cracked. Yuck. But it's not cracked that bad. Just a couple hairline cracks. 175? Well, I think it is like a mid-range phone, isn't it? Something to that effect. I need to like not look down as much. I need to pull my phone up here so I can still look at the camera. Here, I'll just do this. Just hold the phone right here. So I can just look at this and scroll. I don't know. I'm just trying to smoke a blunt and I'm watching your stream. Cool. I mean, I don't really do that anymore. I mean, I never did it at all. Crap. There goes any future sponsorships. And it's legal here anyways. Take a photo of the motor. Ooh, that's pretty badly messed up. Let's see. Oh, the Foxy. Someone shared that post. Why am I on Facebook when I'm streaming? It's legal. Yeah, but like not everywhere. But yeah. My room's a mess. I know. I'm fixing it. I just got a new filing cabinet, so I'm going to be putting a lot of stuff in there tomorrow and reorganizing, so hopefully it'll look a lot better, and then I can finally do a 2020 studio tour. But yeah, I was going to do a studio tour whenever I was in my apartment, but stuff happened that was bad and negative. Yay, abuse. Anyways. Here's an iPhone. Oh, 20% remaining. Oops. Hey Siri. Are you a boy or a girl?
I am genderless, like cacti and certain species of fish.
Nice. Is there any vacuums listed on Facebook Marketplace? My earphones suck. I'm vaping during the stream. Of course you are. I know you. You vape all the time. Yeah, okay. So Siri has no gender. I didn't know that. I assumed it was the gender of whatever voice you set to it. I had set to the Australian guy. Or did I have it set to the British guy? No, I had it set to the Australian. Well, let me check. Because I forgot. Let's see. I believe I had it set to the Australian guy. Yes, Australian male. Of course I do. Let's see. Any vacuums on Facebook Marketplace? Maybe you can do iPhone and Samsung headphones review. Good idea. I've been wanting to review these for a while, but my pair, I've had these for two and a half years. 2 years, and they finally died. So I'm going to order myself a new pair at some point and do a review on them. As well as I never did a review on my Gear S2 watch, and I've had this for about a year. I have these fake AirPods. They're like $12 AirPods, and I want to do a review on those because they're surprisingly good for how cheap they are. But I'm focusing on more expensive devices right now because I still have to review a laptop, a bunch of phones. I'm just way behind on videos. And my chest hurts now for some reason. I don't know why. Anyways, someone asked if there were vacuums on Facebook Marketplace. I'm going to go ahead and check. I'm going to go on Marketplace. I'm going to hit the magic little search icon, and I'm going to type in vacuum. Let's see. So here's a Hoover cordless, Abyssal heavy duty, Abyssal Power Force. That's the charging retail price. Oh, a DC-23. The canister vacuum. Okay, that's kind of cool. I don't like canisters, but honestly, a 23 is kind of cool. Oh, we got more Dysons. Oh, Dyson ball animal. Here's a Eureka. Yuck. Eureka. Here's a Bissell Electrolux canister vacuum. Hoover vacuum. I've owned that one before. The air swivel steerable. That's a toy vacuum. Dyson vacuum, but with no photos of the actual Oh no, there it is. It's a Dyson Kinetic Big Ball. It's in good condition too, but it's $150. I don't want to pay $150 for a vacuum. Oh, here's a Bissell. Oh, they took a picture of the model number. It's a 58F8-R, manufactured at the end of 2014. What is this? Oh, it's a Rewind Smart Clean, I think it is, or Power Helix. Looks like that. How much do they want for it? $35? That's an hour away. Let's see. Are there any better earphones? Because I have $1 earphones, and the one I bought last year I finally gave out. Well, these Level U's, you can get these like brand new for $20-$30. These are the Level U Pros, and these are fantastic. They just go around your neck, and you just got the earbuds. They're absolutely wonderful. Skull candies. A lot of people like skull candies. I've never tried them, so I have no comment on them. I can maybe make an intro and outro song for your channel. Oh, that'd be cool. We gotta like make some music sometime, because with you with all the electrical stuff, and me with like the drums and the guitar and the singing and all that, we could totally do some cool stuff. I mean, my voice sounds like crap, but hey, it's at least something. Honestly, it really doesn't. It's not bad. It's not. I've heard a lot worse, but I'm not a good singer per se. I don't really have like a very good technique other than just, whatever's. Well, I did some singing on my last stream. I don't have a guitar with me right now. I love these I love people trying to sell this stuff. This purple beast of a machine sucks like no other. Its powerful 12 amp engine purrs but will destroy any compact vacuum on the market. This is the listing for that Bissell. I want to buy this just because of the listing alone, but it's $35. It's missing the turbo brush, but I think I have one of those. I don't know if it'll fit properly though. I am gonna go ahead and see if this is still available though, because it'd be cool to have one of these, even though I wouldn't use it, because I would definitely sell it eventually, because I don't use Bissell bagless machines anymore, because they're just so poor at filtration, especially the ones with this garbage dirt cup design, where the two filters where the cup and the filter are separated and there's no seal at all. It's horrible, but it's no different than my Cleanview Helix essentially, and it has a rewind function, so that's cool. I mean, I use Phil Studio. I think I know what you're talking about, which is all digital. I need to buy a MIDI keyboard. I know you can get a Elgato Stream Deck. I don't know if that'll work for that purpose though, but that's the closest thing I can think of. I can do outros. Yeah, that's possible. I need to eat the rest of these Kit Kats before they melt. I forgot I had these. Oops. Ah, it's melting. Melting all over my fingers. Here's a random rant. I hate it when people chew with their mouth open. Legitimately hate it. Here's the funny part. I have earphones plugged into my Xbox, and it has a port where I can plug my cheap earphones in. Ooh, melted mint chocolate Kit Kats. Lol. Yeah. I got 3 of them left. I know, I'm a demon. I just ate it straight on. I don't normally do that. Obviously, the rest of them I did it one by one, but I was feeling daring. These streams, a lot of times, I really just do this whenever I'm bored and lonely. I'll be honest. I don't usually have a purpose to a lot of these, unless there's like a special title. Obviously, this is a random stream, so there's no point to it. You can kind of get an insight at how disgusting of a person I am. Oh, my jaw just popped. Yeah, I have a really messed up face, and I don't mean that in like a self-deprecating way. Just saying, like, I have like a crossbite, and my jaw is like really badly misaligned, so it pops all the time. My smile, like, look at that, it's just horrible. So yeah. I recently found a oh god when I was typing this. You bit 3 Kit Kats at a time, dude. What the F? You know who this is, right? I'm terrible with names. I'm always terrible with names. I can remember faces. I can never remember names ever. I've had people that I've known for years, and I run into them and I can't remember their name. You need to do a vacuum stream. Loving the facial hair, though. I haven't really kept up with it. It's just been kind of just growing, and I've just kind of been ignoring it. But it looks like I just have like a black streak down here. I'm like, it doesn't even look like hair. It looks like I just colored my chin with a Sharpie. Until you look up and you see that gross little patch right there. I don't know why that's like that. I shouldn't have showed that. Someone's gonna like screen cap that and be like, oh well, Jameson. Oh yeah, well there you go. Oh, JW Gaming, that makes sense. You need to do a vacuum stream. I do. I've been planning on it for a while. It's just a matter of actually doing it. I'd probably do it like in the middle of the day whenever no one's home, of course, and just set up all my vacuums. Just because people have asked me, can you compare this vacuum to this vacuum or this vacuum to this vacuum? And I'm just like, all you shut up. I'll just do them all at once. I'll just do all of them at once. I'll just do a stream. If I can do a stream, at least. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to unless my phone decides to like bork up. But I'll just do a stream if I can, so that way everyone can just come and be like, can you do this? And I'm like, yep, I'm on it, because I'll have them all hooked up and are all plugged in, and then I can just like, oh, let's run these two, blah, blah, blah. So, balding beards, oh god. Anyways, I found this awesome Cleanview power track with a dirt sensor, turbo brush, and it's in the scrumptious periwinkle blue color, one of my favorites from Bissell. Periwinkle blue? That's similar to the one that Cameron has, Cameron 42. He has like he just got one recently. It was a Bissell Power Track Revolution, as opposed to you have the Cleanview Power Track. But yeah, and his is in the blue color too. It looks very nice, very nice. As a person, a fan of the blue and orange color scheme, I would love if they made one blue, but all the green parts, like the brush roll and the little things inside the dirt container and the turbo brush, were all orange instead of green. That would look perfect. And of course, obviously, the rest of the machine's black, like the back of the handle and stuff like that, attachments. But yeah, so I do want one of those, because they're like the newest Cleanviews you can get of that style of Cleanview, with the possibility of it not having a completely destroyed motor in it. Because I've never found a Cleanview that had a good motor in it. I've had ones where they were acceptable. Like my Cleanview Power Track was workable, but both of my 8975s that I've had were just unusable. I thankfully, for the first one, I did sell that to someone who actually thankfully doesn't care about the noise. She's just like, does it pick up? And I'm like, well, yeah, it picks up. It's just loud. She's like, I'll take it. So, yeah. Uh, but yeah, so maybe a charger vid too, comparing phone charging speeds and strength tests. Well, I don't want to do a drop test of all my phones. Um, but yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know how interesting that would be. I guess I could do it for like generations or like models. So do it like for all my Galaxy S's or all my iPhones or all my Notes. Here's my other account. It glitches every time when I watch the video and it is annoying. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry to hear that. This was horrible. This lamp just went out. This lamp stopped working. The light bulb just went out. I was in the cord. Like testing OEM cords. Well, I can tell you right now, the Apple cord, this little thing, is going to break a lot quicker than the Samsung one. Actually, that's also an excuse me. That's also an iPhone cord. Because iPhone cords always break. The Samsung cords do too if you really beat them up. The OnePlus cords are really good. Pixel cords, I don't think I've ever really seen one. And I also have an LG cord and a Motorola cord. Here's a Samsung cord. I need to bring this into work because we have a tablet that needs this special little cable on it. Because we got one of these from the tablet I used to have. I got rid of it because it didn't work. But yeah. Oh, I also got a bunch of fancy Asian like candies basically. Because whenever I was staying with, whenever we were staying with some family, some extended family, my cousin and I went out to a Pan-Asia market, which is like an international market where you can buy like snacks and food and stuff from all sorts of different countries. So I got some of these things. These are like Japanese, they're roasted and ground grains latte cakes. They're kind of like when you go to Chinese restaurants and you see little coffee cakes. They're like prepackaged versions of that. And they smell like Sharpies, but they taste wonderful. And I also got some that were like, they were like rice cakes covered in chocolate. I haven't tried one of those yet. Oh, I have it right here. Yeah, it's called Pie Cookies with Mochi. If you can see that. So I've never tried one of these. Apple Cords Discoloration, yes. I just found Abyssal Liftoff yesterday and I like it. Like an original Liftoff or a Liftoff Revolution Turbo? Wire phones, or do you mean the bagged Liftoff from the 90s? Or the Powerglide Liftoff? There's a few different Liftoffs. Which Liftoff? Wire phones transferring to Type-C charging. Lately, I noticed newer models having the C charger because it's better in every single way. Type-C is better than micro USB in every single way. The charger's better. It supports faster charging speeds. It supports higher data transfer rates. It supports more power. It's reversible. It's a better, more durable connector. It can be adapted to pretty much anything. So yeah, it's better in every single way. There's no way that Type-C is better than micro USB. And I guess you could say, well, it's annoying how it's a different connector. Well, it has nothing to do with Type-C. That just has to do with the shape being different. So, bagless pet multicyclonic. Oh yeah, I forgot. They made a Liftoff multicyclonic, which is like the original Cleanview version, but instead of like a Cleanview, the middle part is reconfigured like the Power Glue multicyclonic. It is silver. Ooh. Interesting. But yeah, so Type-C is better in every single way than, like here's my Note 9. It's got Type-C on it. You can see that charging connector. It's so much better. It's reversible. You can plug it in any way you want, and it's just so much better. So there's that versus like, here's the Note 5 where you have the micro USB, and it's crap. It's horrible. It's disgusting. It's disgraceful. It's yucky. It's not pleasant. This is at 100%. Yay. But yeah. So yeah. So let's see. My 35226 is not in best of condition. Yeah, a lot of them aren't, because some people just don't take care of them. So but yeah, so I'm charging up as we speak. Oh, where's my hedgehog? Where is my hedgehog? Oh, here it is. I don't think I showed my hedgehog. I got this whenever I was staying with family. We went to a fancy hotel resort. Was it a resort? Or it's just like a fancy hotel that had like a casino and restaurants and stuff inside of it. And we also went to what is this? Oh no. I don't know what that is. I don't know why that's little strings coming out of there. Well, either way. And I went to not SeaWorld, but the aquarium in the Union Station in St. Louis. And so we went to, not called SeaWorld, but the aquarium there. And they had a gift shop on the way out. And they had these little hedgehogs for $13. So I bought one. I actually vlogged part of that excursion, but I haven't done anything with it. If you guys want to, let me know if you guys want to see that vlog. I'll probably do a poll on it and see if people want to see that vlog or not. And you can actually see me buying him. By the way, I named him. One of my friends suggested a name, suggested Kibbles, so I decided to name him Kibby. So his name is Kibby. He's my new hedgehog. He's very cute, and you all should give him kisses and give him love and support. He is the new channel mascot. Well, we like to have multiple channel mascots here at Intelitech Studios. We like to have multiple mascots. Where's my other mascots? Where's the fox? I don't know where my fox is. I think it's over there. Well, you get the point. We like to have multiple mascots here. I'm still wondering why most trash fine power force bagless vacuums have shot motors. Well, you kind of just answered your own question, because they're in the trash. Like, they wouldn't throw them away if it didn't work. I mean, some people throw stuff away that when it works fine, but most people will sell it or give it away. So if they have a shot motor, it's going to go in the trash. So my parents abused it in the past, so of course, I'm assuming referring to a vacuum. I like the hedgehog. Hedgehog at the aquarium kind of mismatched. Yeah, it's true. But nevertheless, hedgehog. It doesn't match because these are all Beanie Babies. I have a wolf. Well, it's supposed to be a husky, but I call it a wolf. I have a wolf. I have the unicorn. Some girl at work gave this to me. Well, she wasn't at work, but we delivered a TV for her, and she gave me this and her dead husband's jacket. So that was really sweet. So added the little unicorn to the collection. This is the wolf. So I got the unicorn, I got the wolf, I got the fox, the bat, and the dragon. They all have names. And this hedgehog is the only one that's not a Beanie Baby. So this one is it was branded, it's branded Wild Republic. So obviously no, these are still feral. I was going to say that's not anthro, but that's just because it's a different animal. Obviously the hedgehog doesn't go like the same as the wolf. So yeah, so I'm going to put a little wolf over here, And the hedgehog will stay next to me. Oh, by the way, I gotta try these pie cookies because I haven't tried these. This was not the name that was on the label of the box or the bag. And the bag smells. Why do all these smell bad? The other one smelled like Sharpies, the little coffee cakes. This one smells like. It smells like a balloon. This package is probably made out of latex. Maybe it's just the regulations in Japan and these other countries are, as far as packaging goes, just aren't as strict as here, I'm assuming. Or just work a bit differently. So let's open this up. It looks like a mini moon pie. Huh. Y'all like Ariana Grande. I love Ariana Grande. I've been watching I do need a kangaroo mascot. Yes. I need a Rocco. I need a little mini version of Rocco. Y'all like Ariana? I love Ariana Grande. I've been watching Victorious a lot because it's on Netflix now, and I just love Cat so much. Cat and Jade are my favorite. Let's see. Should I just take a bite of this, or should I just throw the whole thing in my mouth? I don't know. Let's see. What? I think this just became a Shane Dawson video. Oh my god. Why? What is that? Has anyone seen the original 3552 Bissell liftoff from the 90s? Yeah, Cameron 42 has one of those. And a couple other people do as well. Try Pocky. I love Pockies. I had them. I haven't had them at all until like a year ago, and I tried them. They're fantastic. They did have Pockies at the store, even ones that were special flavors that normally aren't available there. But I wanted to get things that were completely different because they even had like Japanese and like other countries like Coke and stuff, but and even like other flavors of like chips, like Lay's and Pringles, like Japanese flavors. They had one that was like lime, and ones that were like crab or something like that, but I ultimately decided not to get those. I do love crab though, and I love ramen noodles, so that they had like a Japanese ramen that was crab flavored, and I love crab and I love ramen noodles, so I got two of those. So I'm gonna try those at some point soon. I already have like a big box of ramen in the pantry, but yeah. So Poggy is great. By the way, my thumbnail is a Power Force bag. Yeah, I kind of figured that out. But yeah. So this is a. See, this I feel like the consistency makes me feel like I'm eating like a moon pie. And the center feels like a moon pie. And it's got a kind of banana-y taste to it. But it's not, the outside feels like more chalky almost, which is interesting. Ramen soda where you add the carbonation. That sounds really gross, but I really want to try it. I love trying things where like you can tell just based off of what it sounds like that it's either going to be really good or totally nasty, where there's like no in between. I love that. I don't know why I love that so much. Because then if you love it, it's like, oh my gosh, this is like a new revelation. What about it? The Three Kings. What? Three Kings. I don't know what that is. I've heard the name. I've heard that phrase before. Oh, there's like. Is it like lava? No. It's like marshmallow. Do I have another light bulb? Sorry about the lighting, but my light bulb just went out. Yeah, that. ASMR. Let's see. I was talking to the Three Kings. Huh? Bissell Power Force 3522 bagged. Okay. Okay, what? I'm gonna see if I have another light bulb. I don't think I have another light bulb. Well, that's too bad. So, no light bulbs, no light today. Too bad, no light today. And I only have one light bulb in my ceiling fan. And the rest of them I'll throw out because they're dead. I need to go to Walmart tomorrow and buy a pack of light bulbs. Dang it, I was just at Walmart. I should have bought some light bulbs. Oh well. Let's see. Okay. I don't know what to do now. I'm bored. But I also don't want to cut the stream because I'm lonely. Eat the final bite of this Kit Kat. Ooh. Ramen soda. Shirakiku. Ramen carbonated soft drink soda 200 milliliters. Ooh. That looks good. Look at that. I gotta get me some of that. Come on. Focus. Focus. There we go. That looks good. Zildjian, send me the link to that. Or I guess I'll just tell you. Send the link. If it's not very expensive, I'm going to buy some because I want to try that. That sounds great. I got to go before my mom comes in. Well, goodbye. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. Will you ever do a big mess test in Teletech? Well, I have tried them in the past, and they're not usually my preferred type of content. I know people like them, so that's why I generally do the back porch vacuuming videos, because they're kind of like big mess tests, but they're all natural. I don't have to do anything. It's just I just take a vacuum that I don't care about and just clean the back porch. And if it fails, then well, whatever. It's the back porch. And then if it does, then great. Then I now have a clean back porch. So that's kind of my philosophy. Whenever I do anything mess test related, I just let the back porch get super dirty, and then I just vacuum it. And those videos get a ton of views, and people really like them. But yeah, so that's pretty good. It's like $2 on this website? Yes, I'm buying that. Assuming I don't get my credit card stolen. Wow, okay. Okay, so here's the actual website. I need to look more info into this, but yeah. So it's actually got all the stuff on it. $1.99. Wow, that's great. That's how much I paid for this. So yeah. So this is great. Add to cart. Out of stock. Licky orange. Lychee? Jeez. Label info. Nutritional facts. Oh, they have it for every single. This is nice. This would be interesting to do a video on. Oh my gosh, this has the exact same type of bottle that. Here, where is it? So, my cousin and I, whenever we were at the store, we also got these little drinks. They have little marbles at top. So, we each got one. She got the Naruto one, and I got the Pokemon one. And I'm glad I got the Pokemon one because mine tasted better. Hers is still good, but I mean, mine tasted a lot better. Again, not a knock on this one, but a compliment on this one. And I just these are just so cool. Like these little the way that the bottles close on this, and I love this design. I love Pikachu's so cute. So these are going in my that's so loud. I gotta be careful with them. These are going in my bottle collection for sure. So yeah, definitely. Let's see. Whenever I shop online, I use my Cash App card. That's smart. I try to use PayPal whenever I can because you have the buyer protection. Can you get your Phantom Fury? Like, do you want me to show it on video? Yeah, I guess. Well, I might as well. I got nothing better to do. One sec. My room's a mess. I gotta reorganize it. I gotta be very careful with this thing. Don't drop it, jackass. Here it is. I'm holding it in my hands. See it? It's right there. It's right here. Phantom Fury. 10 amp. Can you see it where it says 10 amp? This is heavy. Well, it's not heavy per se, but I'm holding it at a weird angle like this. It's heavy. Ugh. It's got all the attachments too. Needs a belt. But yeah. So there's my Phantom Fury. Like I said, I'll do a video showing off all my vacuums. I don't run the Fury at all. I will do it in the stream video just so you can see it running, but I don't want it. See, I want to do a demo on it because I know Phantom videos are popular, but I don't want to cause this thing because I'm not going to be using it, and I don't want to cause it any more damage. The bottom is already cracked in several places, and there's zero replacement parts available. So I just want to buy I want to find a lot of 10 Phantom Furies so I can just build a really good one out of all good parts. Or build two that are good, one that's in kind of rough shape so I can use that one and not worry as much about it breaking, and then have the nice one that I keep and don't touch and just look at and just occasionally pick up to show the camera. I'm not going to do that I'm not going to do that many more times, because if I drop that thing would be busted and I'd be very, very angry. Well, I wouldn't be angry, I'd probably just cry. But yeah. Well, probably both, I guess. Yeah, that's the same bottle with the marble in it. Yeah. But yeah, so that's my Phantom Fury. It's a fantastic vacuum. I've always wanted one. I'm super happy that I finally have one, even though I don't want to use it. But it's still a fantastic machine. It's not built as well as it could be. But, hey, what are you going to do? I do want a copper one, though, an orange one. Do any of your Bissell vacuums have bad belts? With how many I have, I'm sure one or two of them have belts that are stretched out. But, whenever I use it, I always try to have a style 7, 9, 10, 14, 16 belts on me. And, whenever I don't, well, I know I have some on me right now because I just bought some. But, so if I use one, I'm like, oh, the belt kind of sucks on this, I'll just throw a new belt on there. Because they're always the same belts. In fact, the Phantom Fury uses the same belts as the Dirt Devil Style 4 and 5, as does the Thunder. So even the Phantoms I can still get belts for, as long as they still make Dirt Devil Style 4 5 belts. It's got a cool name and a beautiful shade of black. I dig it. Are you talking about the Phantom Fury? Yeah. I like the name Phantom Fury. I like how it's got that kind of ring, not rhyme, but where it starts with the same letter. I forgot what that word was it describes. Hey Siri, what do you call whenever you have a bunch of words starting with the same letter?
Okay, I found this on the web for what do you call whenever you have a bunch of words starting with the same letter? Check
Alliteration.
it out.
Yeah, alliteration. So I like the alliteration with the name. That's very nice. I really like that. Oh, apparently something really bad happened with the president, according to a friend of mine. Not sure if that's true. I'll have to fact check that. I watched some clips of the debates, and yeah, CNN sucks. But then again, I've said that for years now. CNN sucks. But they just keep getting worse and worse. Like, they legitimately, with every single debate they moderate, they manage to like stoop lower and lower. It's honestly impressive at this point how crappy they're getting. So like, Senator Sanders, Senator Warren has said that there was one point when you said that a woman could not be president. What's your response to this? And then Senator Sanders goes on to explain how he has never said that, how it's not true, how he has been the one to most consistently fight for women's rights and minority rights in general for his entire 40-year political career, and that obviously addressing the fact that the person who beat him last time in the primary won the popular vote of the country, even though she didn't go on to win the Electoral College. So he's basically saying, obviously, a woman can be president. Duh, no dip. And then they go to Warren. It's like, so how do you feel that Senator Sanders said that? And Bernie's just like, he's just like, what? Like, no doubt, I've never, like, actually got angry during a debate, but I'm not kidding. When they said that and that happened, I immediately turned away and screamed, what the as loud as I could because I was just like, are you brain dead? It was so frustrating. However, I like it because it's going to help him. Because Bernie is currently first in Iowa and New Hampshire, leading in the polls. By small margins, yes, but he is leading in the polls. He is number one in Iowa and New Hampshire right now. And this is only going to help him because just a bunch of identity politic bullcrap. Dang it, I'm getting into politics again. Oopsies. Oopsie daisies. Oopsies. Let's see. Opinions on World War III. Yeah, that's not a thing. That whole World War III thing is just is ridiculous. I still need to do more research on our impact and like our specific relationship with Iran and see how well that actually because as far as us assassinating Soleimani, I need to do more research as far as the problem that I have is that the U.S. is pretty much treating this in the same way that we treated Saddam Hussein, where they said he's building weapons of mass destruction in Iraq back in 2003, and we need to take him out because he's a bad guy. And they're doing the same thing with Iran now. So I think they've been staging a coup in Iran for a while now, the Trump administration has, as well as Venezuela. So I predict that something similar like this is going to happen in Venezuela as well, potentially at some point during his presidency. I think if he gets a second term, then it may be more likely in his second term. But it all depends on who the nominee is, whether or not he gets a second term. And that's solely what it comes down to. It's nothing else. As far as how they run their campaigns, I don't think it's going to be that much as far as it might affect how much they win or lose. But I think it's pretty solid at this point. Warren's a toss-up. Biden's going to lose. Bernie's going to win. Very simple. And then all the other candidates are kind of just wishy-washy. Klobuchar would lose. Buttigieg would lose. Yang would win. Tulsi would win. Who else? Obviously, Booker's out now. Who else is even still in the race at this point? Is that everyone? Oh, Bloomberg, Patrick, they'd lose. Delaney would lose. He should drop out. Let's see. How many Power Force bagless vacuums do you have? I have. Hello again, Darth Gamer. Missed ya. Let's see. How many Power Force bagless vacuums do you have? I have one. Yeah, so the 6579-3 that I thought I didn't have, turns out it's been sitting in that box in the corner of my room this entire time for the past 6 months. And I never bothered to look in that box. So I just assumed that vacuum was thrown away. And yeah, I haven't looked through it. I was just like, oh, it's there, whatever. I still haven't messed with it, but yeah, I don't know. There might be some parts missing, but it looked like it was all there. It might be missing the screws, but I should be able to rebuild that vacuum again. Since a lot of people have been wanting to see that vacuum, like, when are you going to get that vacuum again? It's like, everyone asked that question. In the last stream, I said, Guys, please stop asking me to review certain vacuums. Every time I get a new vacuum, it's gonna show up on the channel from here on out. So please stop asking me, because if I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, okay? And you're gonna see it. I'm not gonna hide anything. And then literally immediately after that, a certain person who's I will not name, who does this all the time, says, "Are you gonna get?" I forgot exactly what machine he named, but he said, "Are you gonna get this machine?" And I'm like, "How long have you been streaming tonight?" I just hopped on right now. I started streaming at 11:30, so I've been streaming for just over an hour. My glasses are fogged up. But yeah, I went ahead and started this stream up because I was bored and lonely, and I don't have any friends, so I decided to go ahead and do this stream. At least not any that I hang out with in real life. Other than one, but I didn't really want to burden him because I kind of have his vacuum right now. Yeah. Geez, my chest and stomach have been hurting on and off. How am I doing today? Not very good, honestly. Not very good. Today's not a good day. I was going to sell a Note 5. They didn't buy it because they didn't realize that GSM means it doesn't work with Verizon. So there's money I lost out on. And got into an argument. Not very fun. But yeah, today was pretty crappy. I got like 3 hours of sleep last night. And yeah, not doing very good. I wasn't productive at all. I didn't get any video editing done. I have so many video projects that I've been working on, and I'm just like falling behind in all of them. I'm not doing very well. The motivation is just not there, and I'm really upset about that because I really have a lot of videos I want to get done, but the script writing is still really good. Like I've been pumping out scripts for reviews like crazy, but actually filming them and especially the editing is just feeling draining on me, and it's really annoying because it shouldn't be that draining. It really shouldn't, but it is what it is. Yeah, so not doing too well. But I've been eating some Japanese candies. Oh, and I thought that was a positive, but now my stomach hurts. So maybe that wasn't a good idea. And I did. Wait, was that expired? Let me see. Oh, I'm not feeling very good. There is no expiration date on this. This could be expired. I mean, expired doesn't necessarily mean it's unsafe unless it's like 20 years old. It didn't taste like it was 20 years old. Well, it very well could have been because I don't know. That's the first time I've ever had it, so I could be wrong. But yeah, I didn't know Verizon was still CDMA. I thought they already shut down this. See, everyone says that. Everyone says that. They're like, well, Verizon is GSM now, right? Nope. That's my biggest complaint with Verizon is that they're not GSM at all by any stretch of the imagination. They keep saying they're going to move and they just don't. I don't know why they can't just have GSM bands so that way they can be like Straight Talk where they use both. Because if Straight Talk can do it, Verizon can do it. It's just so annoying. Yikes, maybe that may be why I hope you feel better. Yeah. See, usually whenever I do streams, I feel better. But this is unfortunately an exception to it. But you guys are definitely helping. I'm not saying I don't appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I love you all. You're all fantastic, and I all love you. And Kibby's going to give you a kiss. This is my hedgehog, by the way, Darth Gamer. This is my hedgehog. His name is Kibby. I got him in St. Louis. He is a cutie, and he is the new mascot for the channel. Along with all the other mascots for the channel. Like this mascot. Which is totally not my persona. Let's see. I have 80,067 notifications from YouTube. Yeah, that sounds about right. My iPhone, the emails are like a bunch. Yeah. Oh, they're not as bad as I thought they were. Oh, never mind. I was looking at the wrong thing. Look at my emails on my iPhone. Focus. Focus. Come on. I don't know why it's not focusing. You literally can't see that at all. I guess it's too reflective. Oh my god. Yeah. Can you see how many emails I have? There we go. So you can see I have a ton of unread emails. But it's only saying they're unread because they're unread on the iPhone. Even if I've read the emails on other platforms and I don't need to read them again, it still thinks they're all unread because they're unread on the iPhone. Nice hedgehog, excellent mascot choice. Yes. I want it to be a kangaroo or a koala because Australia. I just said Australia, but I did the Wakanda. Oh, Australia, Wakanda, same thing. Maybe a review on the Razer line. I'm assuming you mean the Razer phone. I have been wanting to check out the Razer phone. In fact, there's a lot of phones I want to review. In fact, the most interesting one that I want to review is the BlackBerry Priv, because that one has like no coverage nowadays, and it's easily my favorite BlackBerry. So that's on the list for phones I want to get for review. Also, the Pixels. So the Pixel 1 XL, the Pixel 2 XL. I guess the regular ones too, but I like XLs. So I want to get a Pixel. I want to get a Nexus 6P for review. I want to review the 6P. I still have to review the Note 1, the Note 7, the Note 9. Still haven't done a review on that. And then, of course, 2019 updates for the 6S, the Note 5, the Note 4, the Note 3, the Note 2, Note Edge. But yeah, so there's a lot of phones I want to review. I want to review the Razer phone. I want to review the what else do I want to review? OnePlus. I want to review. See, I have an old review of the OnePlus 3 that I don't think I ever uploaded, as well as the Note 8. I did reviews of both of those, and I never uploaded those. But I'm not sure if I should upload them now because they're kind of out of date. I recorded them in 2018 or 2019. No, 2019. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if I should. It's just I have so many videos that like I record and I just never do anything with, even if they're like high quality videos. It's just really frustrating how like I just forget about them because my memory is just so terrible. I need to make like a spreadsheet of like all the videos that I've done and ones that I still need to upload or something like that. But yeah, Nokia is coming back. They are. Ooh, that'd be interesting. Do a video on the 3310, the new version of the 3310. That looks kind of interesting. Yeah. So Nokia. A lot of the new Nokia phones are really good quality budget phones. They really are very fantastic. Speaking of CDMA, my family and I have been using Metro PCS, you poor thing, since 2010 when they were still only CDMA before T-Mobile bought them. Wow. I never knew that Metro PCS was ever CDMA. Well, then again, I don't really know the history of Metro PCS. Although now it's just called Metro. Every time I hear Metro, I think of Francis when he does the video on Windows 8. You know, Windows 8 with the live tiles. He's like, this Metro thing, the metrosexual thing. I don't know what metrosexual even means. I don't want to ask Siri because I'm kind of scared it might be not safe for work. And this is a good G-rated channel, even though we sometimes talk about politics and, sometimes say curse words. LMAO, everyone says that. It's not that bad. Everyone says what? Let's see. I'm using Simple Mobile. Oh, Simple. I've heard of that. Simple Mobile. There's so many of these. Like there's like Hello Mobile. There's Ting. If you watch Linus Tech Tips, you're familiar with Ting, or what's the name of that one company with the raccoon? No, that is Ting, the raccoon with the mascot. Everyone knows that everyone says that it's not. Oh, that Metro's garbage. Yeah. I mean, when I say it's garbage, it's really like the thing about carriers is you really can't say like, oh, it sucks because the service is bad. Because it's like, well, you're not in the area where it has good service. No carrier has good service. See, I hate it how since I have Verizon, a lot of people say, well, Verizon's perfect. They have the best service. No, they don't. If I'm still out in the sticks, I still have no service. Verizon constantly advertises that we have service when you're out in the middle of nowhere. No, you don't. My phone's a brick when you're out in the middle of nowhere. And although I've heard that iPhones are generally better at catching signal in bad places than a lot of Android phones are, including the Galaxies, I didn't even think about that until I just now mentioned it. Maybe that'd be an interesting thing to test. Although I don't have a Verizon iPhone because this one I believe is blacklisted. I forgot what it originally was, and this one is locked to Straight Talk because I bought it as a Straight Talk phone. That's the only way you can really get a brand new 6S nowadays is by buying a Straight Talk one. So this is at 16% too. I gotta charge it. Simple Mobile is like T-Mobile's Sorry, I tried to stroke reading that. Simple Mobile is T-Mobile's mobile version of Straight Talk. What? No, I don't think there's any way I can read that for that to make sense. I'm sorry. I've never heard of Simple Mobile before, so I don't know anything about Simple Mobile. Everyone has either Verizon or Straight Talk, and then some people have AT&T. And then people out a few hours away have Sprint and Metro and stuff. Sprint's max speeds are faster than Verizon's, but their coverage is much worse. Coverage is far more important than speed. Well, yeah, of course. Because, yeah, speed... See, that's why I know a lot of people love Sprint if they live in the city. If they live in the city and they don't go very far out the city, they love Sprint because of Sprint Spark. So if your lifestyle doesn't require you to travel that far and you're within Sprint's network and you get the faster speeds, then yeah, Sprint's a better choice for you because the coverage doesn't matter to you because you're going to be in places that have coverage no matter what. So obviously go with the ones that has better speed. Like it's a no-brainer. But yeah, Simple Mobile is like a crappy version of Straight Talk. I guess. I don't know. I don't know nothing about Simple Mobile. Simple Mobile. That's a tongue twister trying to say that. Simple Mobile. Simple Mobile. And be a simple kind of man. And be something you love and understand. Baby, be a simple kind of man. Oh, won't you do this for me, son, if you can? And get you lost for the rich man's gold. All that you need now is in your soul. And you can do this, oh baby, if you try. All that I want from you, my son, is to be satisfied and be a simple kind of man. Yeah, that's the same thing with Cricket too, where if you're on any prepaid carrier, your signal gets deprioritized from the main carrier signal. So like Cricket, for example, is always going to be slightly worse than AT&T for the most part, unless you're in like there are like certain areas where because of the way it switches over, it'll have slightly better service. At least that's according to the person who talked to Cricket. Although he could have been full of shit because obviously he was trying to sell me Cricket, so I don't know. But you know, that's what I heard. And I'm assuming they would know more about that stuff than I do. I may know better about the phones, but obviously the people who do the network stuff probably know better about the network. So that makes sense. Mom, he's singing again. Yeah, I do that a lot. Sorry. I actually played a couple amount of songs yesterday. They were pretty crappy and not properly played at all. But I did I did Christy, Are You Doing Okay by The Offspring. I did The Fallen by Saint Sonia. I did, what else did I do? Did a couple others. In my area, I've heard good things about Cricket from my friends. Yeah, even here, I've heard, like, the girl who sold me her Note 7, this Note 7, which I traded her a refurbished, excuse me, I did a partial trade where I gave her $150 and a refurbished S7 for this Note 7. And she was using Cricket because you can't use Verizon Note 7s on Verizon anymore because they blacklisted them. So she was using it on Cricket. And this was very recently too, so she was using it up until recently. So because it had a ton of use, it has a chip on the screen up here, and the burn-in is really bad. But it still works, and the battery's really badly worn down, but it hasn't exploded. So I will probably replace the battery at some point. Not even, again, I'm not worried about the explosion, but just because the battery life sucks because it's been so heavily worn down. So, but yeah, she basically just used it just like any other phone, and it's got the battle scars to prove it. So, but this thing's a trooper. This Note 7 still works just fine, and there's nothing wrong with it. Again, like nothing like be out of the ordinary. But yeah, drunken live stream sounds like fun. Not my thing. Not a big fan of substances other than caffeine. ASMR. ASMR. I'm currently scratching my hedgehog's fur. His name is Gibby, and I'm giving him back scritches. Anyways, ooh, my back. Ow. Let's see. Before I decided on a used Galaxy S8, I was stuck between a Moto G7 Power, Nokia 7.1, LG G7 ThinQ, and Xiaomi Redmi Note 7. Xiaomi? Yeah, I said that right. Xiaomi. Very close to getting the Note 7, but it's not fully supported on Metro. Yeah. Plus, the Note 7's built like crap. Personally, between the Note 7 and the Note 7, I know a lot of people would disagree with me because the Note 7 is supposedly a really good phone, but I like the Note 7. That's an interesting video. I need to get a Redmi Note 7 and do a video comparing the Note 7 to the Note 7. That'd be a fun video because no one else has done that video. No one I know who owns a Redmi Note 7 owns a Galaxy Note 7, or at the very least, I'm sure I know Marquez does. But he won't do a video on it because I guess he just doesn't want to pull out the Note 7. I know he has one because I know he still has one because he keeps all of his old phones, and Linus Tech Tips found one in the studio tour video. So I know he has it around. I know he has several of them, in fact. He has a silver one and a black one. So yeah, let's see. I agree. Substance is definitely not my thing either. Yes. I wonder what will happen to a phone being soaked in energy drinks. Everything Apple Pro did that. I just saw a video by him the other day where he did a Galaxy S6 versus iPhone 6 Red Bull soak test. So we took a Galaxy S6 and an iPhone 6, or was it an S6 Edge? Either way, it was an S6 and an iPhone 6. And I just lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so he soaked him in Red Bull for like 5 minutes, or how? No, it was way longer than that. He soaked in Red Bull, and later on he just started doing normal water tests. But he did soak it in Red Bull. I don't know what, like, Phillips. That's his name, Philip, right? Is his name Philip? Everything Apple Pro is his name Philip. Either way, the guy from Everything Apple Pro, I think his channel mascot at this point is easily Red Bull because he always mentions Red Bull in his videos. But yeah, the Galaxy Note 7 was sad because besides the battery, it was packed to the brim with great features for its time. Yeah, it really was. Even to this day, it still holds up. I mean, obviously the Note Fan Edition is a fantastic phone. The Note 7 is one of my favorite phones of all time. I guess you could say the Fan Edition technically because it has the software support that the Note 7 doesn't have. And I'm not even just talking about the battery being throttled with updates, but also the fact that you're stuck on Android Marshmallow. So I have two Note 7s right now. And, but yeah, this one, the other one's in the box. And the box is over there. I have a blue Coral T-Mobile one and this black Verizon one. I'll go ahead and turn this one on since this one's over here. By the way, I own one that's both variants too. So this is the green battery, the second gen, and then the blue one is the white battery, the first gen, the launch model. So this one's after the initial recall. So this one's around the same age as like an iPhone 7 Plus. Ooh, that's bright. Look at that. Ugh. And of course, this one's Verizon, the other one's T-Mobile. So the main reason I love the Galaxy S8 is because Samsung innovated a lot with it to win back many customers. See, I don't like the S8 because it's extremely fragile. I had an S8 and I dropped it on my carpet. I dropped it on my carpeted front porch. Carpet from waist height, and the screen cracked. Very upset with that, and I've dropped many phones on that carpet. The only other phone to crack from that low of a drop was an iPhone 4. So I don't know if like it was just unlucky because usually phones don't break that easily, especially on that carpet. Cuz like I took a Galaxy S6 on that carpet and I threw it up and let it fall on all the angles just because I was bored, and it was one that I was going to repair anyway, so I didn't care if it broke. It never broke. Never had anything wrong with it. After all the drops onto that same carpet, dropping it directly on the front, directly on the back, all the sides, random corners to see if it hits at an angle, never cracked. S8 cracked. It's annoying. That's why I don't like the S8. Yes, I always put cases on my phone, as you can tell. But again, it's Murphy's Law. That was the one time I didn't buy a case for the phone. It's like, oh, the S8, it feels so nice to hold. It's not that big because it was the normal S8, not the Plus. It's so nice. I can hold on to it. It's fine. I can use it caseless in the house. And boy, was I wrong. And but yeah, so eventually I sold it for a loss because I didn't feel like buying an entire new screen assembly for it, because that was like the cost of the phone at that point, and well, to this day, because I paid for the phone uncracked $200, and then now I had to spend $150 on a new screen and display assembly. That I'm just losing money at that point. So I was better off just selling it as is and just dealing with it. I sold it for like $150, so I still lost money on it, but not as much. Well, I'm leaving the stream. I love the content. Well, glad to have you. Glad you enjoyed it. See you in the next one, hopefully. And yeah, I will definitely look into getting those ramen sodas. Maybe I'll get some of those sodas and you can come over. We can try them on stream. But yeah, because although I will only let people in my house if they promise not to steal my stuff. Which seems like a fairly, common sense thing, right? You'd be surprised. But yeah, so here's the Note 7. I just got it booted up. And see, I just got the little S Pen wallpaper. I love that wallpaper. And the other thing wrong with this is the fingerprint sensor's busted. So the fingerprint sensor doesn't work. But yeah, I just set this up. I've been using this. But yeah. So you can see it's using it just fine. If it'll focus on that. Jesus, bright. But yeah, if I go to settings, for example, you can see. Because I got the light mode on. Come on. It is working. And you can see it's at 77%. Come on, focus. 76%. So it's obviously not crippled by any battery updates, because if it was, it would either not be on at all or it would be at 60 max. So this is still goes up to 100%. Never was updated. Both the Note 7s that I currently have that are working were ones that never had any updates on them. And then I have another black Verizon Note 7 Gen 1 that is completely destroyed and water damaged. I'd like to do a video to see if I couldn't try to revive that one, but I don't think I'll be able to revive it, honestly. It's just in really poor condition. It's literally destroyed. Hey, it actually focused, LMAO. Yeah. But yeah, you can tell it was the green, you can tell it's the green battery. See, it doesn't want to focus when it's a black background, but when it's a white background, it can focus just fine. But yeah, so then of course we got the S Pen. Love, and this is an actual Note 7 S Pen. People don't know this a lot, but the S Pens on the Note 7s and the Note 8 are identical, minus the colors, so they're fully interchangeable. So if you have some old Note 7 pens lying around, you can use them on your Note 8, or if you lose your Note 7 pen or Note FE pen and you can't find a replacement Note 7 pen, you can use a Note 8 pen. Yeah, the color will be a little bit off, even if it's the same version, whether it's black, gray, gold. Gold probably look the closest, or the blue. They would all be the wrong color and not match, but functionally they'll still fit in the slot, click in properly, be flush, and completely work because they're identical to each other structurally. Which I think because that probably saves Samsung a lot of money from going from the 7 to the 8 without not having to redesign the S Pen. Since that's the only Note you can do it, unless you're talking about notes across the same generation, like the Note 4 and the Note Edge. But yeah, so the Note 7 S Pen also are the first to be reversible, unlike the Note 5 and previous, you can put it in both ways. I think I know what you're trying to say, and I know people have said that exact phrase before, but I know what you're actually trying to say, because what you mean to say is it's not reversible, because every Note since the Note 3 has allowed you to put the pen in both ways. Meaning, like, where's my Note 2? Where is my Note 2? Okay, here's my Note 2. So, like the Note 2, you had it where the pen was in this orientation, so you can't put it in this way at all, but you can put it in only one way, so it's flush, like this. So that was the Note 2. However, the Note 3, I don't have a Note 3 right now. The Note 3 made it to where you could put it in both ways. So, for example, with the Note 5, I can pull the pen out where the Samsung logo is facing up front and flip it around and still put it in the other way. However, the Note 5 and some Note 4s are like this as well, but the way the Note 4 is designed, because some Note 4s you could put the pen in backwards like this, meaning putting the pen in like this and sliding it down. Obviously, I'm not going to push it any further because it's going to break inside the phone, but some Note 4s you could put the pen in backwards, but it wouldn't get stuck and it wouldn't go all the way, so it would stop, and then you could pull it back out and not break the phone. With the Note 5, when you put this in, it breaks the phone. If you have a launch model like this Note 5, it will break. However, if you have a later Note 5, one that was manufactured in 2016, for the most part, it was a few months after launch that they fixed it, where they added a buffer on the inside, because the reason the S Pen gets stuck is because there's a little niblet, and that's what detects the pen getting put in and out, and that's only on the Note 5, or at the very least the Note 5 is the only one where it has that, and where you can physically put the pen in the other way. So as a result, whenever you put the pen in backwards, or if you put the wrong pen in, because I've put my Note 7 pen in this Note 5, and it catches on that because the notch isn't at the same spot, and it got stuck. So I had to stick a piece of paper in there to get wedge in between, and then I could pull my Note 7 pen back out of it. So it gets stuck on that little niblet, that's the sensor, and that's why if the pen's stuck and you yank it out, you rip off the sensor, and then it doesn't detect your S Pen anymore. That's why if you get it stuck in your Note 5, don't touch it, shut off the phone, open it up, take off the back panel, strip it all the way down to the board, and once you remove the mid frame and you have access to the board, now you can just lift the pen out. And hopefully in that process you didn't break the niblet, because it's very difficult to replace that little niblet. So hopefully you didn't break it. If you did, then you're kind of out of luck unless you're able to actually find replacement parts for that little niblet, and it's very hard to find. So the point is that you're not in for a good time. So that's why if your S Pen gets stuck, don't touch it, take it apart, and pull the pen out. And that's whether or not you have an old or a new Note 5. So that's what you mean. It can be reversible, and that's not a good thing, because whenever I had my Note 5, one of my not very bright friends grabbed the pen. He was drawing on my phone, and when he gave it back to me, the pen was jammed in the other way, jammed in the wrong way, like this. Thankfully, I had a newer version of the Note 5. My Note 5 was manufactured in 2017. So as a result, I was able to just pull the pen in. It just bumped on the little catch, and I was able to just pull it right out with no problems. So thankfully, that was the case where I was able to pull the pen out and not have any issues with it. So thankfully, they fixed that. And then with the Note 7 and all of the newer notes, let me take off the case so you can see this a little bit easier. So with the Note 7, take the pen out. And again, just like every other Note, you can stick it in the other way. So if you want the Samsung logo facing towards the back, you can do that. But what they did is they made the little tip of the pen slightly larger than the shaft of the pen. So that way you can't push it in beyond a certain point. And the cool thing about the Note 7 is they spring-loaded this. So if you try to stick the pen in the wrong way and you hold it the right way, it ejects outwards like that. And if you have a brand new pen, the spring is a lot crazier. And it'll actually like shoot it across the room. So, what just broke? Something just fell off. What is that? Something just... What is that? Is that chocolate? It's stuck to my finger. Oh, it is chocolate. It's melting to my finger. Okay. There we go. Okay. What the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, so that shoots the pen out, and with the Note 7 they fixed that. So now whenever you put the pen in, you can't put it in the wrong way. I'm sure if you shaved this down, you could probably stick it back in, but I'm assuming the Note 7 and every other still have the same bumper. So I'm assuming it would be, if you were somehow to break this off and stick it in backwards, I'm sure it would do the same thing that the newer Note 5s do, where it would just go beyond the bumper and you'd be able to pull it straight back out without it catching on anything. But, I believe that would be the case. So I guess I could test that, but I don't want to do that because I don't want to damage any newer Galaxy Note, especially not a 7, because you can't get these anymore. This thing's a collector's item. But yeah, so oh my gosh, how many things did I miss? I could talk tech all day. Yikes, never knew that. I'd imagine many Note 5s were broken because of that. They were. It was called pen gates. It was a very big issue whenever the Note 5 came out. All the tech reviewers were talking about it. And that was a big thing everyone praised on the Note 7, was that Samsung listened, they fixed the problem, and they did. Can you believe how fast time flies with tech? I remember when the iPhone 5, Galaxy S5, and HTC One M8 were the schnitz, and I wanted the S5 so bad. I got one right here. But yeah, I bought this on... Did I buy this on eBay? Or did I buy this on Facebook? Either way. I can never remember where I buy my phones anymore. But yeah, so this S5. This has been my dedicated bathtub phone. So I can use it because it's a small phone and everything. So I'm not, It's plastic, so I don't have to worry about it being damaged, and it's still waterproof. I can still change a battery, all that stuff. But yeah, so S5 is a tank. I don't like this little flap though. This flap was in perfect condition, and it's already had the color scratch off of it. You can see the color's already scratched off just from minimal use. And this was in perfect condition when I got it. So yeah, so that's annoying. I wish the Note 4 had, and the 5. The Note 5 should have had waterproofing. And of course, since both of my Note 7s have especially this one has a straight up hole in it, but my other Note 5 has a hairline crack in the bottom, so I don't trust waterproofing on either one of those, either one of my Note 7s. My Note FEs, I think there was one Note FE I had that I did get wet, and I never had an issue with it, but there was one also that wasn't in very good condition, so I made sure not to get it wet. Let's see, but yeah, the HTC One M8, I really want to check out the HTC U11. And the U Ultra, because the U Ultra, everyone hates on the U Ultra, and I want to try it and see how bad it really was. I kind of want to get like the failures of every single year, as far as like phone design from every year. So like from 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what those are. I mean, for 2014, I would say, I guess that'd be kind of hard between the Galaxy S5 and the iPhone 6 Plus. I would say the 6 Plus, it easily wins for 2014 because of the bad design. Um, I hate you, lol. I wish Samsung had their movable back design. People complain it looked ugly, but I disagree. It was practical, and the plastic made it very easy to grip and hide fingerprints. Well, not all of them hid fingerprints all that well. The S5, I can still see fingerprints on. I'm sure it's better. It's still better than glass, but the fingerprint thing to me doesn't really seem like an argument because both this and this, does still show fingerprints. Well, actually, where's my S6? Because that's probably a more fair comparison. Because, S5 to S6. Because my S6... Oh, kibbies. No, that's my Note 5. I need to reorganize everything. I can't even find my S6, but I know I have it around here somewhere. Like somewhere on this desk is my S6. Well, here's the case for it. Oh my gosh. Oh, here it is. Okay. So here's my S6. So like holding both of these, like you can tell like the S5 is like the slightest bit wider and the S6 is the slightest bit taller. And they're about the same width. Actually, the S5's, they're about the same. But honestly, the S6, and remember what I said about dropping the S6 all over the place and it didn't crack. The screens on both of these are really weak. But as far as like the actual digitizer, but the glass and the metal, plus this had the IR blaster, which the S7 doesn't have. So this does have the IR blaster. See, with the S7, they got rid of the IR blaster, but then they added the micro SD card slot. So that makes me annoyed. There was no premium build Galaxy phone that had both expandable memory, a big battery, and an SD card reader. At least not that I'm aware of. I guess you could argue the Note 4, but that still had the plastic back. I'm talking about as far as having a unibody phone that had IR blaster and expandable storage and good amount of storage built in and a large size battery. Basically, if the Note 9 is, I've said before that the Note 9 is perfect. I know I was talking to my cousin about phones and I said the Note 9 was perfect. I take that back. If it had an IR blaster, the Note 9 would be perfect. Perfect. I mean perfect. If they did what Huawei did and what they used to do and put an IR blaster on this thing. See, I remember seeing the Note 10 leaks and thinking, oh my god, they added an IR blaster. Nope, it's just a speaker. And it's a really crappy speaker at that. So, the S7 was an amazing phone. It really was, but no IR blaster. Why they took away the IR blaster on the Note 5 and the S7 beats me. I don't understand why they did that. It's ridiculous because like obviously it fit on the smaller S6. I don't get it. But yeah. So that's why I like having an S6 around. That's the only reason I use my S6 is I use this as a remote control, basically. Although I could use an S4 or an S5 or a Note 3 or a Note 4 for the same purpose. But right now I'm using an S6 to control my TV in case I lose my remote. So yeah, and here's my S6. I need to also do a video where I just power on all my phones, just like with the vacuums. Just power on all my phones and check them out. But yeah, so see, and the thing is, Samsung. A lot of people really like the Note 4 because it has the metal band, but it also has a removable battery. Honestly, the Note 3 was my favorite. As far as the legacy Samsung designs, Note 3 is my favorite. See, building up my list as far of favorite phones, it's easy. It's been a toss up between these three. My three favorite Galaxy Note phones are the Note 3, the Note 7, and the Note 9. And it's very difficult for me to choose between all of those because they all have little things about them that I really, really like over the others. So my biggest gripe with the S7 was no USB-C. Almost all of it. Yeah, that's true. Like the Note 5 should have had USB Type C. See, like, you know what? Because like if the Note 5 didn't have the IR blaster, but it had USB Type C, it's an annoying trade-off. It's an unnecessary trade-off, but hey, it's at least a trade-off as opposed to just straight up removing it for no reason. And they didn't even increase the storage. The Note 5 should have been 64 and 128 gigs, period. There should have been no 32 gig version of the Note 5. That was incredibly stupid. This Note 5 is a 64 gig variant. But my other three Note 5s are 32. So, and see this. See Note 7, USB Type C, large amount of storage, 64 gigs. At the time, 2016, 64 gigs was still a decent amount of storage. Giant ass battery, again, 2016 standards, 3500 milliamps was a decent sized battery. Yeah, it was slightly less than the S7 Edge, but who cares? It's 100 milliamps. Who cares? And the real world battery life for the Note 7 for a lot of people was better than the S7 Edge, or at least as close. So who cares? And of course, then you also have to make room for the S Pen, obviously. So, and but yeah, this is a perfect phone. But again, no IR blaster. If this had an IR blaster, perfect phone. Honestly, if this had an IR blaster and this didn't, that would push this one over the edge over the Note 9, in my opinion. Just because that's just the one feature that just could make or break the entire equation. Also, the Note 7 is my favorite phone when it comes to the blue coral variant because the blue coral Note 7 is the best color from any phone, period. Fight me. And thankfully, that color does exist on the S7 Edge. And the name exists on the S8, but it's a joke. The blue coral S8 is a joke because the sides they're not gold. But yeah, so the blue Note 7 is where it's at. And the blue Note 8's where it's at. The blue Note 9's where it's at. I just got my dad the purple Note 9. The purple Note 9 looks really nice. But yeah. I still hate how the S8 only came in 64 gigs. The iPhone 8 was more money, but at least you get 64 gigs, 128, and 256. Yeah. Well, I mean, they were both 64 gigs, so what's the problem? And S8's expandable. So yeah. Oh, you're saying how in the States they only had the 64 gigs, whereas internationally they had 128 as well. I don't know if they had 256 internationally. I know they have 128. I see what you're saying. You have the Coral Blue S8? Oh, I want it. I want to buy it. Gimme. Although my favorite color for the S8 is, although I've never seen the Coral Blue in person, but I have had an Orchid Gray. The S8 that I previously had was Orchid Gray. And Orchid Gray on the S8 is so much better than the Note 8. On the Note 8, the Orchid Gray is a joke. It looks kind of ugly on the Note 8, honestly. So on the Note 8, the blue one's my favorite. The deep sea blue. Yeah, and then on the Note 9, well, blue is always my favorite color. On the Note 10, on the regular Note 10, that fiery red's really nice, but we didn't get that in the States. And then for the 10 Plus, I would be fine with either the blue or the Aura Glow. But yeah, so and then for the Note 8, also the black one. Black one's okay. My Note 8 that I had was the black one, but the black one's just so boring to me. See, because I used to be of the mindset that black was always my second favorite color, but after handling the Note 7 and the Note 8, black's just boring. So now, honestly, black is pretty much my least favorite color. For my Note 9, it's my least favorite color. For the Note 8, it's my probably second least favorite. Um, the gold is not usually my color, but I'm still kind of thinking I might like that better than black for the Note 8. For the Note 7, I know black is either my third or fourth choice because blue's my first and silver's my second. And I've never had a gold Note 7. I've had a gold S7, but I believe it's the same gold. So I've owned Note 7s in every single color. So I never owned a gold one. So the next Note FE I buy will probably be in gold. That way I have all the colors. Although again, I have a blue Note 7 right now and a black Note 7 that are working. So I want to get another Note 7, ideally in blue, because blue was always my favorite color for the Note 7. Blue is my favorite color too. I love black, but I immediately said heck no to the black S8. It is a huge fingerprint magnet, and I'm OCD to keeping my electronics showroom clean. Dude, we're like best friends. um, so do you use a case on your phone? Because if you use a case, you shouldn't be worried about fingerprints, right? Or do you carry your phones in the nude? Or are you just saying like when you have it with no case, it shows fingerprints? Please tell me you use a case on your phone, bro. If you're using an S8 with no case, oh god. I guarantee you, yours is probably cracked if you are. Because those things are brittle. At least in my experience. I am going to buy an S8 Plus soon from work that's like destroyed. But it does still somehow work. And I will, yeah. Yes, I do use a case in a heartbeat. What kind of case do you use? UAG is always the company that I recommend. UAG is where it's at. I use their cases on all my phones. Let's see. Here's my UAG case for the notes. Fingerprints. Gotta wipe it on my shirt. My chest still hurts. But yeah, so UAG. Oh, I turned on my Xbox UAG. I have the Halo Xbox, so it makes those noises. Oh, another UAG case. I have so many UAG cases. UAG is my brand of choice. You know what I just realized? Before I did the Note 8 drop test, I should have taken my UAG case. I should have taken a case and done a drop test of the case on it. I didn't even think about that. I did, but I forgot about it. Dang it, I was going to do that and see how well it protected the phone. Oh well. Next time I do a drop test, I'll buy another broken Note 8 and do a drop test on it with a case and see how well the case protects it from all the drops. I'm using a Ghost Tech Nautical water resistant case. Ooh, I'm so happy you didn't say waterproof. That always makes me that always is interesting when people say waterproof. It's not waterproof. It's an electronic. It's not waterproof. But yeah, Ghost Tech. Ghost Tech makes pretty decent cases. I haven't had much experience with them, but they seem to do a pretty good job. I have experiences with Spigen, UAG, Poetic, Incipio, obviously Samsung and Apple. Whenever I had my Note 5, I was an absolute case whore. I bought so many cases, Tech 21 cases, Caseology cases, spec cases. Oh, I got a spec one on my iPhone. Spec cases. Is that all the brands I've used? Oh, Unicorn Beetle sup case. Yeah, sup case. Yeah, a lot of those. All those are pretty much good brands. Oh, Ringkey. Yes, Ringkey. Varus. Yeah, I think I listed all the case companies that I've ever used their cases on my Note 5, specifically my Note 5, because I went case crazy with my Note 5. I think I think the most cases I ever had at once was like 32, I think. Um, oh, and OtterBox, of course. I hate OtterBox with a passion, but I have owned OtterBox cases. The one case review I've ever made that got a lot of views was OtterBox, and everyone hated that video, and they were all really mad at me because I didn't like the case. They're like, "Why? You're just talking about that you don't like this case. This is a ridiculous review." And I'm like, "Dude, it's a review. It's my opinion. Obviously, I'm saying that this is why I don't like the case. I'm saying this is why this type of case doesn't appeal to me and why I prefer other types of cases. I don't understand what's so hard to understand about that. It's nice having a day. Hold on one sec. I'm gonna have a stroke. It's nice having a case different from most people, specifically OtterBox. Yeah, OtterBox is trash. Um, because I see OtterBoxes rip apart all the time. They don't protect the phone. You know, the one time I dropped one of my phones into OtterBox, it completely smashed the side of the phone in. Well, not smashed, but it dented the side of the phone in. There was no point in me having a case on it even, because it just put a big fat dent in the phone. Although, my speaking case also led to there being a dent on my Note 9. Right there. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little dent right there. And that was because of my speaking liquid air case. But if I had gotten the Neo Hybrid, which those are the cases I always get. Those are the cases I have. I have two of those cases for my Note 7, and one for my Note 5 as well. Those cases are really solid, so I kind of just got the wrong case. I only paid $4 for it, even though it's supposed to be like 17 when it came out. But yeah, I'm really annoyed. So now my Note 9 has a dent in it because of that case. So now I'm back to only exclusively using UAG cases. Because they work, except on my small iPhone, which I don't have a UAG case for, so I have this spec one, and it does the trick. It's had some like very small tumbles, and it's been fine. I guess a dent is better than a crack, though. That's true, yes, but the phone landed on the side, so it was gonna dent no matter what. The screen wasn't gonna crack from it landing on the side of the phone. At least the way it landed. It didn't land like this or no, that's not the right side. It didn't land like this or like this. It landed like this, like straight on the side. So that wouldn't have cracked the screen anyways. Although I'm still glad I had the case on it because it could potentially have had the dent go deeper. So that could be the case. But yeah, a dent is better than a crack, especially on the screen. Because as far as I know, the water resistance has not been affected because the dent doesn't actually like compress the frame. It's just more so like a little spot. Um, like it's still even smooth. Like even though it looks bad, like it still feels relatively smooth. Like if I was blindfolded, I probably wouldn't even guess there was a dent here. You know, um, so the water resistance, as far as I know, was not compromised. I've dropped this thing in water and I haven't had any issues with it. Although I've never water damaged a phone ever, other than the Note 7. But I did that on purpose. Um, but yeah, and that thing is there. Yeah, so I have a Note 7. It's completely destroyed. It's sitting in my phone box right now. But yeah, this is a Note 7. Camera lens is shattered out. Entire front is destroyed. This fell off of a several story balcony whenever I was living with my ex. So it fell and completely destroyed. Bad idea. I completely cracked my Galaxy J3 Prime by dropping it on its screen like an idiot. Won't do that ever again. Are you saying you purposefully dropped it, or are you just saying like you messed up and it slipped out of your hand and cracked? Because the way you typed it made it sound like you purposefully dropped it, which I've done that before with my Note 5. There was a couple of times when I had purposefully dropped it to kind of demonstrate like how good the case is. I don't do that anymore at all. I'm just like, look, if you want to see how good the case is, my phone isn't broken. That's it. I don't demo it in front of people because, especially, I guess it's kind of easier to say that because, I actually paid for my Note 9, whereas my Note 5 my dad bought. So I guess it's kind of like, it's my money now, so I want to be careful with it. Although that's not really, I don't really think that has anything to do with it. I was still relatively careful with my Note 5. I think it was more so just the fact that it was more expensive and that, I just got the phone, so I wouldn't want to break it. And, plus having the curved screen, so it's more likely that I can fall at a weird angle and crack it. So, but it still works. Too bad the screen repair costs $50, half its new price. Yeah, that's a problem with those budget phones. I cracked it in a stupid way. Oh, yeah, don't do that. You want to crack it in a smart way. On purpose. Like what I did with my Note 8. Video coming soon. I'm gonna check my phone. My phone's at 100%. Yay. Let's see. Oh my god. I'm tired. Do 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 do. More people type in the chat. Just say random stuff. I don't care. What was your first smartphone? My first smartphone was the Kyocera event. I did a video on it. I think. Did I ever upload that? I think it was called Unboxing My First Smartphone. I think I uploaded that video. But yeah, I found my first ever smartphone still in the box. So apparently I've never changed and I keep everything in the box. I also found my Moto E2 that was in the box. Although that one, I broke both of those because I'm fucking stupid. And but yeah, my first ever smartphone was the Kyocera event. So yeah, it was on Virgin Mobile specifically. I got it in 2011, 2012, 2011. I think 2012 was when I got it. And then in 2013, I got the. I hate to leave so, Stu, man, but I can't see straight. Good night. Yeah, I can't either. My glasses are messed up. But I can't see straight. LMAO. Good night. Always nice chatting with you. Yeah, you too. Oh yeah, you had the LG Optimus 790. I had the LG Tribute. That was my first LG phone. So I had, really quick before you leave, I do want to answer your question as far as all the smartphones I've had. I've had the Kyocera event, and then I had an LG Tribute. No, yeah, LG Tribute 2013. And then I had the Moto E2, which I think came out in 2014 as well. Yeah, Moto E2 2014. So I have multiple phones in 2014. But yeah, so I had the Kyocera event, then I had the LG Tribute. No, I had the Kyocera event. I think I owned 2 LG Tributes and 2 Moto E2s. I think, because I know I broke one of my LG Tributes. But did I break? I don't remember. Well, either way, eventually I had the Kyocera event, and then I had the Moto E2 and the LG Tribute somewhere in there in 2014. And then I had the Galaxy Note 3. I got that in 2015. And then in 2016, I got the LG K10. It was a piece of trash. I hated that phone so much. It was a piece of garbage. It is now in a landfill where it belongs. And then I got the Galaxy Note 5, and then I got the Galaxy Note 7, and then I got the Galaxy Note 8, and then now I have the Galaxy Note 9. Yeah, so it was fun chatting with you. Hope you have a good night, sleep well. I don't know if you're even still here to see what I just said, but if you watch the stream later on, you can hear me saying this. So yeah, good night, dude. Have a good one. And yeah, with that, there are 2 people concurrently watching, so, and I've been streaming for 2 hours now. It's over 1:30 in the morning, 1:45 in the morning. So I need to get some sleep. So I'm going to go ahead and gut this stream. No one else is in the chat, so sounds like a pretty low audience stream. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I need to. I don't feel it really fits me because I've got so used to saying peace at the end of videos, but I feel it just doesn't really fit my personality. I need to think of another thing to say to end the videos. Oh, it was okay, but it got me hooked on Android, and it was my first smartphone, so it's always nostalgic for me. Cracked it at the corner before I replaced it with my J3. Yeah. See, my Kyocera event, I never broke. That thing, when I found it, it was still in brand new condition, and I used it for years. Um, so I treated that phone very well, and I never dropped it. Good night. My LG Tribute, I actually broke because one of my classmates threw a tennis ball and it hit me in the face. So I got mad and I threw the phone at him. But instead of throwing the phone at him, yeah, because I basically just threw whatever's in my hand and I was listening to music and I threw it at him, but he jumped back. So instead of it hitting him, it smacked right on the tile floor and slid and just completely destroyed the screen. Not just cracked, but destroyed the LCD. So the screen was completely dead. It was unusable unless I was to put a new screen on. At the time, I didn't know what that was, so it was just a matter of replacing the phone. Because at the time, repairing it, especially repairing a cheap phone like that, wasn't really an option. So yeah, so I destroyed that. And my Moto E2 I didn't break until recently, so like well after I retired it. So that Moto E2 was a tank. LG K10 cracked because it fell off in my chemistry class. It fell off my table and landed flat and shattered. Screen kept working, but the glass was cracked underneath the screen protector. And yeah, my Note 3 cracked because I was in Boy Scout camp and it fell out of my pocket. And I was just getting in like a like a little phone battle between a couple of friends. Just one guy had an iPhone, I had a Note 3, the other dude had a Windows phone. So we all kind of were like, yeah, mine's better, mine's better. Just playing around, just being. It wasn't hostile or anything, but the guy with the iPhone was really hostile for some reason, and I just kind of assumed he was joking. But whenever the note fell out of my pocket, he grabbed a stick and whacked it right on the screen, and the digitizer went dead. The glass didn't crack, but the digitizer went dead. Um, so yeah, that's how my Note 3 broke. And at the time, I didn't repair it correctly because I repaired the glass, but I didn't repair the actual AMOLED screen. I wish I hadn't got rid of that because it would have been great to get that working again and get my old data back. Because I had some data on that phone, but it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm kind of sad about that. I wish I had at least done a video on it back then. I could have seen like how I had my phone set up and everything. Because I don't even remember anything like that because my memory sucks. But yeah, so that broke. My Note 5 I never broke. My Note 7 I never broke. My Note 8 I never broke. I sold all those off. Note 7 I sent back to Samsung. So I guess it's still kind of selling it. And my Note 9 I still haven't broke yet. Oh, actually, no. My Note 5 I did crack the back on it twice. I cracked the back of my Note 5 on 2 separate occasions. I don't really know if I can consider that breaking though, because I guess you can crack these plastic backs. These crack too, just not in the same way. They don't crack from an impact. They crack from being bent, essentially, from constantly removing it and putting it back on. So in both cases, it's only $10, so who cares? I would only really consider it cracking as far as breaking the phone when it's actually the screen. So, but yeah, so if I'm only counting screens, then yeah, I've broken 3 phones. Yeah, I've broken 3 phones in a span of no, yeah, LG I broke, both LGs I broke, and the Note 3. Yeah, so breaking 3 phones in a span of a decade of using smartphones. That's not bad. Oh, and the S8, but that wasn't my daily driver though. So does that count? Because obviously, if I wasn't reviewing phones, I wouldn't have it. It wasn't my daily driver phone. I don't know. Be interesting to see if you would count that or not, because it's not your daily driver phone. Even though it was technically my phone. I don't know. That's interesting. I'm not sure if you would count that or not. Because if I am counting stuff like that, then I think my body count for phones goes up a decent amount. Probably doubles. Because I broke an S8. I broke a... Again, I'm talking about... Obviously, I wouldn't count phones I broke on purpose. Well, no. I would only count daily driver phones because obviously those would be broken on accident. So, yeah. Yeah, so my daily driver phones, I've broken 3 phones, 3 screens, and I've never water damaged a phone. So the only way I've broken phones is by shattering screens. And in 2 out of the 3 of the cases, it was shattering the screen and killing the screen. And then in one case, it was just the glass. So, anyways, that's it. This is Inteltech Studios. It is 1:54 a.m. almost. So I'm going to go ahead and sign out because it's almost 2 a.m. and I need some sleep. Anyways, this is Inteltech Studios signing out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.